Welcome back to the BattleTalk show. I am your host, Noah Adamani, and I am absolutely over the moon to be back on the UFM YouTube channel on this fine Monday evening. Be sure to follow along on YouTube by subscribing and liking this video as we go live every Monday night, 6 p.m. Central and 7 Eastern for those of you in that time zone. But here we are recapping week 7 of the UFL season and then looking ahead to an extremely crucial opportunity at home for our beloved St. Louis Battlehawks as we square off against an extremely familiar foe in the DC Defenders at the Battle Dome on Sunday afternoon, with the postseason very much looming and very much up for grabs in the XFL conference. So, folks, strap in for a wild one, as week 7 was truly detrimental to our season, but we roll forward with an easy back end these next 3 weeks. Saturday afternoon in Birmingham was an absolute barn burner of a football game. Ultimately, our beloved St. Louis Battlehawks fell short, but the offense was humming all afternoon long until our fearless leader, AJ McCarron, had a badly rolled ankle in the late stages of the football game. I have to give a tremendous amount of credit to the workhorse out of the backfield, Jacob Sailors, my player of the week. 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 1 through the air. He has been an absolutely consistent back in the receiving game and also when it matters most at the goal line, punching through in order to put points on the board. So I'm extremely grateful that he is the feature back on this football team. And of course, Hakeem Butler. There is simply no way to game plan for him. Birmingham Stallions have the best defense across the UFL, whether it be the USFL conference or the XFL conference, and they had really no way of shutting down Hakeem, as he had nearly 90 receiving yards and 7 catches. So what I took away from this football game was that both teams were able to get to their spots offensively, create big plays downfield, and ultimately put points on the board. And it really came down to which defense was going to make one final stop in the fourth quarter to really pull away and take the victory. And ultimately, that was the home team. They remained undefeated, moving to 7-0 on the season. And I truly believe our St. Louis Battlehawks were the closest thing to beating the Birmingham Stallions, and they will likely end up with a 10-0 regular season. And we are just hopeful that we get another crack at them come playoff time in the UFL Championship. Defensively for the Battlehawks, they were pretty strong in the first half, sacking Adrian Martinez 3 different times. But Martinez had absolutely zero struggle beyond the first half, as he threw for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. That connection with Kevin Austin is only growing by the week, and they are seemingly getting stronger offensively as we inch closer to postseason play. So I am encouraged by our offense as we continue to score at will, but it is extremely concerning defensively to allow 30 points, even if it is the Birmingham Stallions, because this team has one goal, and that is to hoist a UFL championship in our home stadium come June, and things are not trending in that direction when you allow 30 points to a team that you will likely meet again come summertime. If I have any frustrations outside of the way our defense played on Saturday, it would have to be the outpouring of disrespect to our fan base and our team itself online, as the Birmingham Stallions have every right to celebrate this victory to remain atop the leaderboard in both conferences and hold that 7-0 record. But in my opinion, the Birmingham Stallions should expect to win every game. If they've gotten to this point 6-0, yes, you have a challenger coming in the St. Louis Battlehawks. But if you win the game, I don't believe there's really any reason to dunk on our fan base. Yes, I went into last week extremely confident. We fell short in the fourth quarter with a quarterback that was unable to move his feet late as he had the rolled ankle. But Birmingham, back-to-back champions in the USFL, looking to go for a three-peat. You should have expected to win this football game. And I received a lot of negative messages online, and I know that's the nature of the beast, but act like you've been there before, Birmingham. This is your professional football team, and you guys have been to the mountaintop for the last 2 years looking to make it 3. This only adds more fuel to the fire come June for our fan base to strike back in our home stadium as we compete for the ultimate prize of a UFL championship. So, of course, celebrate the victory and remain top dogs, but you probably should have expected this one, as you were favored at home coming in as the best team in the league. So we look ahead to week 8 of the UFL season, and our beloved St. Louis Battlehawks are absolutely coming into this one expecting a victory at home against the floundering DC Defenders with a measly 3-4 record. They are not out of the playoff hunt, which only makes this game increasingly more difficult, as ourselves in the St. Louis Battlehawks, the San Antonio Brahmas, and the DC Defenders are in the mix for a postseason position. But the Battlehawks coming off of a loss and pairing it with the last meeting against the DC Defenders, where we put up an absolute shellacking 45-12 final score in DC. There's really no concern going into this football game in terms of our ability to win it, unless AJ McCarron is not healthy and unable to go on Sunday afternoon, which we will monitor throughout the week. But it's plain and simple. Yes, this is our arch rival. They are still in the playoff hunt. But DC is not known for its high-powered offense at this stage in the game. And a St. Louis home crowd with likely over 30,000 rallying the troops after a loss. All signs point to moving to 6-2 on the season and being one step closer to clinching a postseason berth. If the Battlehawks are able to pull off a home victory in front of our loyal fan base on Sunday afternoon, they will clinch a playoff spot, putting the DC Defenders out of their misery, moving to 3-5 on the season, and the St. Louis Battlehawks shifting to 6-2, which would leave San Antonio and DC to duke it out for that second playoff position in the XFL Conference. And who knows what the outcome of the San Antonio game will be this coming weekend. So ultimately, the goal in front of us is still attainable. It's win on Sunday against DC, move into a prime position for the postseason, and hope for the best in terms of that second XFL conference matchup. As you know how it works in the UFL, it's essentially a conference championship and then propel yourself into the UFL championship in mid-June. So things are lining up in a positive direction for this football team, despite coming off of a loss against the juggernaut that is in Birmingham. So folks, I am extremely encouraged about the outlook of this franchise, despite falling twice this season. And I'm supremely confident if AJ McCarron is healthy down the final stretch of the regular season, that the St. Louis Battlehawks will have an 8-2 record unless they decide to rest AJ McCarron in the final week once a playoff spot has been secured. So I am predicting on Sunday afternoon, provided that AJ is healthy, provided that the defense can recalibrate and retool and feed off of the energy of the home crowd, the St. Louis Battlehawks come away with victory number 6 on the season with a final score of 34-19, and we have righted the ship, ready to celebrate a victory Monday a week from now. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Make sure to subscribe to the United Football Media YouTube channel below, and be sure to like and comment on this video. As always, call is law. Let's rock.